You're listening to Snippets from the Summit with your host, Scott McKay.
All right, gentlemen, this is your main man, Scott McKay, and you're tuned in to yet another episode of Snippets from the Summit as part of the Mountaintop podcast from X&Y Communications. Gentlemen, before we jump into today's topic, I want to let you in on a pretty big announcement. I am now on Substack. You can go to mountaintoppodcast.com/Substack and get not only every episode of this podcast dating back to episode 27, and yes, that's in a world where Apple Podcasts only carries the last 300 episodes. You'll also have access to, yes, all the legacy blog posts from the original Edumacation blog. Plus, you'll also get special new posts from me that go way above and beyond anything you're going to read in my newsletters. All of that and even more is now in one convenient place at mountaintoppodcast.com/Substack. If you can indeed handle the truth, you're going to love my Substack called Edumacation. Yes, it's the same title as my legacy blog, but you know what? We live in a Substack world, not a blogosphere anymore, and Substack seems to be my happy place. I'm really enjoying it so far, and I think you will too. Everything I've talked about so far on Substack is absolutely free of charge. However, if you become a paid subscriber, and it won't break the bank, guys, I'm telling you, I'll not only give you the first 26 retired episodes of this particular podcast, I'll also give you a sneak preview of the all-new video version of the Mountaintop podcast that, yes, is coming in about 6 weeks from the time I'm recording this. So you'll be able to check out the first video episode before anybody else, and it's a lot of fun. I can't wait to roll out the video for you guys. The first episodes we've done have been just amazing and a lot of fun, more humor than ever, I might add. I don't know why video lends itself to that, but it just seems to. So why the wait? Well, I do have a backlog of audio podcasts to present to you guys, and the content in them is too good to pass up. So indeed, 5 or 6 weeks from now is when the video podcasts are going to roll out to the masses. But right now, as a paid subscriber to the Edumacation Substack, you will get the very first video episode and maybe a few others long before anybody else gets to see them. If you sign up for an entire year at once, which again isn't really going to be all that expensive, I'll not only give you everything I've talked about so far, I'll also give you your choice of any one of the master classes for men that I've produced ever. And those go for $97 by themselves, gentlemen. And I'll just give you a hint. A year-long pass to the Edumacation Substack is a lot less than that. So go to mountaintoppodcast.com/Substack and get you some. So what's today's topic? Well, now that we're getting around to it finally, I'm going to call it Doom Fantasies. And here's what I'm talking about. Somewhere along the line, those men among us who really doubt that they could possibly be successful with women and therefore seem to constantly be searching for any manner of excuse to offload the blame for that lack of success onto, kind of latched on to a really weird yet consistent message from back in the pickup artist days that somehow all HB10s, the hot babes who are a 10 out of 10, are exactly the same. And here's how they are. They're all stuck-up would-be starlets in little black dresses with their noses in the air at some smoky, noisy club in probably Los Angeles, especially if they're a starlet, but maybe Miami or London if you're a UK bloke. And they're in a little black dress, and they're just sitting there waiting to reject men because they're just, so much better than everybody and so gorgeous, and you're not worthy of them that they just can't wait to reject you. But here's the thing, gentlemen. Hardly any women in real life are actually like that. And even if they are, they're only in that context of being in a smoky club a small percentage of their time. So even the same woman, under normal everyday circumstances might be completely different than you're perceiving her in that club or even how she's acting in that club. But nevertheless, it's kind of an aside there. If they're stuck up and lack character and just kind of have that mean girl attitude, are they really 10s? Well, there's your first window into where I'm going with all of this. Gentlemen, there are women out there who are the girl next door, absolutely gorgeous, normal, trying to make the world a better place. And what's more, they're smart, intelligent, and have enough character to realize that if they're a crappy person, they're not going to be living their best life. If they do right If they're friendly, if they're approachable, if they're kind, more people in general, men and women, are going to like them, and they're going to do better in life in general. Meanwhile, all of these women in little black dresses at clubs in New York or LA or Miami who are allegedly just waiting to reject men, you know what? They have a shelf life, just like the cynical guys talk about. Once they start getting wrinkles, once they start getting older, what value will they have? So when you get right down to it, there aren't a whole lot of women out there likened to the ones who frustrated guys want to offload all the blame on for their failure. You can go to the grocery store, you can go out for a walk in the park, you can go most anywhere and meet normal, kind, friendly, and dare I say, sane women who are gorgeous. They may not be putting themselves out there sexually like a stripper or some other woman who's trying to look like a slut, but they're great women. They're relationship material. They'll treat you right. They're not psycho, and they're available all over the place. Dare I say there are practically infinitely more women like the ones I just described than those unicorns who are standing around in a club in a specific city with a specific bad attitude designed to, well, derail men and any chance they have of getting with them. Guys, let's hear it for normalcy, at least in terms of their mental health. There are beautiful, gorgeous, kind women out there who want to do the right thing, who are, well, get this, feminine on top of all else, instead of trying to appropriate masculinity while somehow calling all of us toxic for being male. None of that's ever made sense. And guess what? It doesn't make sense to the good women out there either. They're looking for a great man who matches up with them. And here's another thing. The vast majority of women are not out there trying to reject you. They're looking forward to meeting a great guy. Most of them have warm, sunny personalities. And if you talk to them, show them some respect, give them some space, they'll probably be incredibly easy to talk to. It'll be very simple to make them smile and laugh. And you will suddenly find yourself not so afraid to suggest that you spend more time together or, gasp, even go out on a real date. Boom! Suddenly you won't need any more excuses. And instead of feeling like you need to offload blame, you can finally offload the doom fantasies. Guys, stop this spiral of doom, because it isn't reality. It is a fantasy. It's a doom fantasy. The reality is men and women are indeed designed to be in partnership with each other. That's the way it's always been. No matter what media or even freaking ChatGPT tells you, nothing has changed. We are still biologically male and female, and we're designed to be together. Drop the doom fantasy, give yourself a chance, and what's more, give some women a chance to get to know the real you also. Put me to the test on this, because I'm right on the money, I promise you. In fact, send me your success stories. If you want to talk about this or anything else, Scot at mountaintoppodcast.com. Be good out there.
As always, visit mountaintoppodcast.com for more.